And welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is me, your boy Rico No Suave. Oh, yeah. Rico No Suave. I am here with you. Guys, I got things all everywhere around here. You already know me, gente. I have everything that you can think of, from brains to skulls, to my baby's back. The baby's back with Halloween, man. I got brains going all over here. You probably can't see the little ball that you actually have here, but, some things that this makes a lot of noise. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that to you guys because you guys would probably get irritated with me. But welcome back to the Rico and Suave Show. I want to say happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you guys. Ooh-wee. Hey, this is one of my favorite holidays, besides, scary movies and other things that goes on around the world with Halloween. But one of my biggest things is, and this is a poll for you, it's called cereal. Yes. Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Fruit Brute, and Boo Berry. I just want to know, which one is your favorite? Which one did you grow up on, or which one are you still eating now? I mean, or your parents. If your parents eating it and you seen them eating it before and their mouth turned blue for Boo Berry, which one was it? You got to let me know. Let me know, because it's Halloween, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments, or just talk to the TV and just point to it. Everybody, I'll give you some time. I got to introduce this next guest, everybody. I got to introduce this next guest, your boy Rico No Suave, former WNBA. And when I tell you, when I say former WNBA, she still looks like she still plays in the WNBA, because she is that awesome. She's a coach. She is a mentor. And everybody in North Carolina is standing up for her. Everybody, I want you guys to put your hands together for none other than my girl, my friend now, Andrea Stinson. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Andrea, are you
Yes,
there? Yes, she's
I'm
here.
here.
She's here. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
How you doing, love?
I'm good. I am doing excellent. I
Man.
am happy to be here with you. I'm ecstatic. I've been waiting on this all week.
Woo-wee. Hey, if you've been waiting all week, I've been waiting all month ever since I first booked you. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. Hey, all I want to say is happy Halloween to you, love. Hey, we almost got the same colors on, and they call me the Skull Man. That's what they call me. They call me the Skull
Thanks
Man, and evidently there's something with the skull here.
with the
I got the
skull,
skull
yeah.
here. I got the skull. I got the skull here.
Well,
Andrea, there's a
happy
lot.
Halloween to you too.
Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Tuning in for North Carolina. North Carolina's
Yes,
in the building. Yes. And a lot of people just
yes.
love you. I got to tell you, a lot of people just love you. And hopefully they show a lot of love in the comments or just talking to the TV at this time. But Andrea, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's go. All right, Andrea, when we talk about sports, there's a lot of sports to pick from, that you can go into.
hmm
Why did you choose to pick basketball?
Well, I chose basketball because basketball was such a creative sport. I could do so many different things with my body, with the ball, passing it to my teammates,
Nice.
but my first love was softball. And then,
Okay.
basketball became that dominant love. And it also was the reason why I was going to be able to attend college.
Okay. Nice. And is that it? That's why you picked. That's why you picked basketball. God, I mean, is
Hey,
that the only thing?
listen, when I was growing up, you
Yeah.
think about going to college. And
Yes.
when you think about going to college, you need to try to figure out which way can I get to college. Softball
Okay.
was not giving me the attention that I needed,
I
so I
see.
had to choose basketball. And not knowing that for me, I had a God given talent
Yeah.
to play the game, even though I
Hmm.
needed to learn more. So
Yeah.
I got into it and learned more, and it just became such a love for me. I mean, it just touched my whole body. It's just like I got to stay with this game forever.
So Andrea, when it came to you playing street ball, because that's where we all start, we play
That's
street
right.
ball. So when you play street ball, as far as who did you play with growing up? From a kid knowing that you want to actually go from softball that transition to basketball. Where I mean, how was it playing? In the streets at the courts.
I played with my brothers. I played with my
Nice.
next door neighbors. I played with my guys in the neighborhood. All the guys in my neighborhood are my heroes. They taught me the game. At first, now they didn't want me to play because I was a girl. And,
Right.
girls didn't play basketball, they were cheerleaders. So I went back every day and they finally allowed me to play. And they said, okay, if you're going to play, we're going to make you the best player to ever come out of this area. And they did it. They
That's
taught me, they mentored me, they just took care of me.
That's hard. I like that, man. I like that. I like that. And the cool thing about it is that when you're playing basketball, and of course, I've always loved like when the guys are playing, and then there's a woman that wants to come in and she wants to play as well too. She on the team. She on our squad. We gonna play with her, right? We gonna play with her, right? Because we want to pass.
Yeah,
Oh, you one of us. You one of us now, right? You one of us. You
right.
hooping with us now. You one of the boys. And it was
Yes.
so cool because being able to I say, hey, they gonna treat you as if you one of us. So hey, you got to cross over. You got to make that shot when you open and make it happen. And it's so cool because just playing ball against it, just you have that bond, right? You start building that bond, and then
Hmm.
basketball is your love. Now, of course, when basketball is your love during that time, and you start focusing on that craft, what was the training like for yourself when you start like when it was time for you to transition from high school and you start going into college? What was that training like for you on the basketball court?
Every single time I had an opportunity to get on the court, I was
Nice.
training. That's how much I loved it. That's how much I wanted to get better. That's how much I wanted to excel in the game and to be able to play, go to college and play for a coach like Coach K Yao. You had to come with your A game. So I
Mm.
trained all summer long before I went to NC State. I just concentrated on the things that I knew that she wanted to see. So there was an opportunity for me to go to college and play for K Yao. Oh, that was enough for me to train all the time.
You know, you when you're talking about K Yao, I looked up the coach and I said, "This is big." And when I did my research on K Yao, and congratulations, number one, because these are milestones that you were actually going through in your life. That was big because you received a scholarship for K Yao, if I'm not mistaken. You received
Yes.
a scholarship, which was really
Hmm.
big in regards to your
Thank
career.
you.
K Yao also, you could tell an old school coach, even like back in the day on the NBA side. And when I saw K Yao's picture, I'm like, oh my God, she has like the Golden Girls look. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
she had
Yes.
that style, but it was that classy style, but it was a sporty look. And I'm like, oh, I say, I have to know when you received that scholarship, knowing that it was coming from K Yao, what was it like? What was your experience like when you found out that you were going to get that 4-year scholarship under
I,
her?
I actually, I didn't believe it. I'm a young lady that come from a small town of Cornelius, North Carolina, and
Sure.
it was an awesome feeling for me to receive a full scholarship to NC State, one of the top schools in the nation, and it
Wow.
felt so good when I got there. It was just like I couldn't believe. I walked around the campus. I just couldn't believe that I was there. And the first thing I did was I thank God for allowing me the opportunity to receive the scholarship and to be there, to be
Yeah.
able to compete on that level.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. To be able to have a 4-year scholarship, there was definitely a bright light for you that K Yao and the staff and the team actually seen about you. And also because you had to keep that up, what was college like being in kind of like going towards that career in basketball What was the curriculum, or what did you have to maintain in order for you to keep that scholarship through college?
Well, first of all, to get the scholarship, I had to, there's this thing called the SAT,
Right.
and when I got to NC State, I didn't make enough on the SAT to be able to play my first year at NC State.
Okay.
So my first year was all academics. All I could do was concentrate on my studies, get my GPA to a point where nothing would be said about me playing or I can't do the work or anything like that. So that first year I got there and I concentrated on my academics, and I ended up with a 3.5 GPA.
Let's go.
So that there, I guess, told them that okay, she can handle playing basketball and doing academic work at the same time. Um, and just being able to go to class, not practice, it was hard. It was tough,
Sure.
and to watch them practice, and I couldn't get out there and practice with them. It was a tough situation, but I knew that once I got through that part, I would love it. I would just let everything out and just play my heart out.
Hey, when I ain't gonna show my age, but I try to stay young. I try to stay young.
Yeah.
I try to stay young.
Me too. Me too. Me
And
too.
when it comes down to Andrea, when it comes down to knowing that you have homework to do and the basketball course is calling your name, that is the worst feeling ever. With knowing that you want to go outside to play something that you have
Yes.
a passion for, and knowing that you have to make sure you stay smart in the books, right? And
Yes.
it's like, if I had a choice to choose, which one would it be? And I think we
Yes.
already
We
know,
already know. We
right?
already know. Yes.
So because in college, so let's talk about the intellectual side of you. What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite study that you loved during college?
Well, in college,
Well,
I was a communications major. I,
okay,
I love the communicating part. Um, it was a love for me. I started out with trying to do the coaching, learning about coaching, and I said, I could basically probably could coach the game at one point. So I'm gonna try to do the communicating thing to be able to communicate with anybody on any level.
yeah, and I think communication. I can definitely see you at that because you were kind of setting yourself up for
Right,
if you make it to WNBA, the communication piece is part of
hmm
broadcasting, right? So being
right,
a broadcasting
exactly.
kind of that major piece and being able to talk in front of reporters, right? And
That's
people
right.
that want to interview you, right?
hmm
And I
Yep.
think that's such a golden opportunity to be able to know that that's the route that you wanted to take for
hmm
your life, right? I think
Yeah,
that
and to
was that
be
super cool. I'm sorry.
yeah, and to be able to communicate with younger players and younger
Yeah,
people to just kind of explain to them the things that I've been through and the things that they're gonna go through, and to try to keep them from making the mistakes that I made.
nice. Yeah, but I think for yourself, because every lesson learned, someone else is going to learn the lesson that you learn, right?
Right.
I think
hmm
for yourself, I think you actually know we call it parameters, but we know the milestones and things that you have to take to be able to go to that level and tell other people,
hmm
hey, if you try to go down my path, here's the things you need to watch out for, right? Here's the
Right.
things that you need to be careful about. What we need to be careful about is that what I'm about to say on this next part, right? And this next part, I have to say, when you were selected, and I want to make sure, because, hey, giving your flowers today is my honor. When we talk about you were selected in women's history as a highly recruited female basketball player in NC in North Carolina, when you read that, the one that sticks out to me is history, right? History.
Right.
When you were selected, highly selected, and this is part of history, what came to mind for you during that time, but also of course, as your time went on, that still sticks with you because it's a highly, and it's history that's behind it. What does that mean to you when you've been selected that way?
Well, it means a lot to me. It means that the younger generation will know, that I was one of the ones that poured my heart into playing the game of basketball and making a pathway for them.
Yeah.
I think that young ladies should know the history of the game. I learned the history of the game. I knew about the Cheryl Miller, the Cynthia Cooper, the Jennifer Gillums. The older players. I read up on them and I learned from them. And
Yes.
so I just want to be able to give the younger generation something to learn about, something to remember.
I love it. I love that, man. I love that, man. I love that. During the era, we're talking in the 80s and the 90s now, right? Because
Right?
there's the
Yep.
NBA players and there's the WNBA players. But the NBA players, of course, being in Chicago like we are, there was a Michael Jordan times,
Yes.
right?
That's my
And
man. Yes.
so, I know we talked about the pizza, right? We talked about the pizza already, right? So when we talk about sports, because Chicago is a big sports heavy city,
Uh
state, I
huh.
just say state overall, but Illinois, of course. But when it came to you comparing yourself, because during that time you were playing and you were up there comparing yourself, someone said that you were the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. And I'll never forget that comment of the person that actually said that when we were promoting for you to be on the show, that you were the Michael Jordan during that time. Were you also looking at Michael Jordan while you were actually playing? And how was there an effect anywhere in your life when Michael Jordan was playing during that time?
Listen, Michael Jordan was the man in my
Mm-hmm.
life. I I I don't say pat my game behind him compared to him, but he was my inspiration. Him, Michael Jordan, and Sam Perkins. So the
Nice.
reason why I became the player of a player that plays with the right and the left hand was because Sam Perkins was my man for the left hand, and Michael
Yeah.
Jordan was my man for the right hand. And
Yeah.
and that's the reason why I flipped my number around to 32. Michael Jordan was just a part of my life and a part of my generation, and I watched him all the time, and the things that he did, and always went out and tried to do everything that Michael did.
Nice. I like that. I like that. I like that. Did Michael Jordan loved to play pool, right? I ran into Michael Jordan like back in the day. We used to have these
Mm-hmm.
parties back in the day, and I ran into Michael Jordan, and he was playing pool because he loved to play pool.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play anything else like for fun as a basketball player that like a hobby or anything like that? Did you play any other type of like sport that you love, or even just for fun recreation?
Well, I played pool. I played, during the WNBA, we played pool against the professional women's pool league. They
Oh
came to
wow.
Charlotte. We played against them. I love the bowl. Bowling
Okay.
was great. Bowling. Because I had the strength to throw the ball down the lane pretty
Yeah.
hard, pretty fast. So
Yeah.
bowling was definitely a sport that I played in my leisure time.
Did you ever play in the leagues? Did you ever do any
No, I
league?
didn't play it. I
No.
didn't have time, playing with the
Yeah.
Sting, and then I went back overseas, and
Oh, I see.
just never had the time to play in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. Bowling was my thing too, man. I love bowling. Bowling was awesome, man. And I always see those guys with the where they got the wrist thing on. And when
Yeah,
I saw the guys with the wrist thing, I was like, oh, these guys are
yeah, they put the
serious.
hand. Yeah, that's a serious
These
one.
guys serious, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
and the way
I'm
they turn their body when they let that ball go. Oh
man, right?
man,
Right? And I'm like, man, this is super, like super crazy. Cause I used to bowl a lot when I was little. My mom bought me a bowling ball. And I was like, oh, thank you, Ma. I still got that bowling ball to this day. Won't tell you my age, but I still
wow.
got that ball to this day. And I
Yeah.
love it. I love it, man. I love bowling. I'm glad that you had other passions, because basketball, don't get me wrong, basketball is the love, the intellect, communication is the love,
Hmm.
and then also just having another passion as well too. Did you also have a passion to eat good food while you were growing up?
Oh man, yes. Hey, I love eating. I love eating to this day. I mean, we're in North Carolina, and we cook
Yeah.
outside in the black pot. Cook chicken, fish.
Yeah.
We have a cookout. We we
Yeah.
we recently, the last thing we had recently, my mom's 80th birthday party. Oh my God, we
Congratulations,
cooked
Mom.
fish, we cooked chicken, we cooked everything. We had the whole neighbor. We had an old fashioned block party.
Let's go.
We had an
Oh,
old fashioned
wow.
block. We blocked off the street, and we actually had a big party celebration for my mom, and I love it. I ate man till I was sick.
Let's go.
Everybody ate. We just ate. Food is just in North Carolina. Hey, we do the fish, we do the cookouts, we do the hot dogs, the hamburgers, we do all of that.
You know, the one thing that I love about asking that questions because as a player in college, as a star that you are, because we're gonna transition once we almost take this break. But during the time of you actually in college, what type of food did you guys eat? I mean, what type of food? What food did you eat that you loved while you were eating during college? Because you could have been busy, with your studies as well
Hmm.
as practicing things like that. To be able to keep you guys as a team together, what did y'all guys eat together?
Well, we on campus we had a cafeteria where we all ate together. We
Okay,
ate together before practice. We ate together after practice. We have steak night. We have seafood night, pizza night, sandwich night. We
let's
had all
go.
types of things. So we were a bonding team that ate together. We shared food together. Even after cafeteria closed, we would go out and eat together.
That's
So it
awesome.
was, depending on what we were. Italian food is my favorite. I
Is
love
it?
pizza. Oh man, I'm a pizza girl. I just absolutely love it. I can eat it 24/7. Anytime you want to take me out for pizza in Chicago.
I will.
All right, thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate it. Get that deep dish pizza in Chicago, man. I'm there with you.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, everybody, we got my girl Andrea Stinson. Yes, she is on the Rico Dos Suave show. Time fly by fast when we're having fun, but I got comments that's coming in, everyone, and I need to, we got to address these comments. And my man S's Brian Collins is checking. My boy Brian is checking in. What's up, Brian? How you doing? He said, Andrea Stinson. Yes, yes, yes. So we do have Beatrice Davis checking in. She says, "I'd like to know how has the WNBA involved since you played, and what changes you like to see in the future." So that is a question that I'm gonna have her answer later. Thank you so much. I think Beatrice must have saw my timeline.
Yeah, she must have told your timeline. Yeah, she did.
So, but she did say, which is awesome as well too. This is a very good question. Can you share a memorable moment of your WNBA career, whether it was a big game, personal achievement, or a particular team experience? Do you have something like that?
Well, I do. 2001, we were the Eastern Conference champions in the WNBA.
Nice.
We started our season out 0-10. We could not win a game. We were 0-10. And to come back and make it to the WNBA finals in 2001 was a great achievement for us. I played alongside Dawn Staley, Charlotte Smith,
Wow.
Allison Feaster, and Tammy Sutton Brown. And we formed a bond that was so great during that season, because you start out a season 0-10, you kind of get to the point where you're like, oh man, this is not going to be a good season. We turned it around. We prayed about the season. We prayed during the season. We played after every game, before
Yeah.
every game, and we just had a tight bond. And to be able to go into Madison Square Garden and defeat New York and go to the WNBA finals was great, was the greatest part of my WNBA career.
Let's go. Put your hands to the sky because all I do is win, 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 no
Win,
matter
win,
what.
win.
Let's go. Hey, Andrea, you know what? It's such a great feeling to know how you played with some greats, people that was
Hmm.
great as far as from coaching, as well as to the team as well too. That you also experienced as far as playing in that WNBA career, which we're gonna get more into. That is for sure. But I
Hmm.
have to say that knowing that how many people love you and also just stuck to you as well too during the times of when you were coming up and probably until now. Do you still keep in contact with a lot of your some of the teammates that you played with back in the day?
Oh, definitely. I know my friend Allison is with the Boston Celtics. Charlotte Smith is a coach at Elon University. Dawn Staley, of course, is a coach at University of South Carolina.
Let's go.
And I keep in touch with a lot of different Wendy Palmer, a lot of different players that I keep in touch with. We all once we played in the WNBA the first 5 or 6 years, we all became family. We all became friends. My girl Tracy Reed is in Miami. I
Nice.
mean, it's just a lot of us that spread out, but we keep in touch. We definitely do. We have a app that we keep in touch with each other. Rusha Brown, she's a part of the WNBA now, and she's our president of the Women's Basketball Players Association. So she is one that definitely keeps us in touch with each other.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, everybody, you already know it's your boy Rico No Suave. I'm here with none other than Andrea Stinson. Yeah, I am here with her right now. We having such a great time as far as on the show. We're going to take a quick commercial break, everybody. Hold on to your seats. We're going to be back. I know you want more of all of us, but we will be back, and we love you so much. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You already know it's my girl Andrea Stinson, your boy Rico No Suave. Hey, Andrea, you having a good time?
I'm enjoying myself. I am having a wonderful time.
Let's go, man.
Can't
Hey,
wait to
I'm
get
trying
to
to
the
give you
candy. I
that.
can't wait
I'm
to
trying to
get to
give
the
you that
candy.
Chicago hospitality, like y'all got that Southern hospitality there. You know,
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
what I'm
That's
talking
right.
about from the heart. This is from the
I
heart right
appreciate
now.
it.
Hey,
I
guess who checking
appreciate it.
in? Guess who checking in with us? Austin S. Austin, I don't see your last name, but Austin, thank you so much for checking in. He said, "This is live. Let's go, Coach. Let's go." Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Austin, so much for checking in. We love that energy, man. Keep that energy going.
Yes.
All right. Hey, we're at the half an hour minute mark, and you know how it is when me and you get together right now. It's almost like time fly by fast when we're eating pizza sometimes. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You
Yes,
know?
that's right.
Let's
Eat
go.
pizza. Keep that thought.
Culture. Man, WNBA. To get picked for the WNBA is a big milestone for yourself. And I'm almost feeling the chills because I want to know what that transition is from college to get picked WNBA. What was the scouting like, knowing that, or what was that process like, knowing that you had to play like you play in order to be able to get picked? And what team did you get selected for the WNBA?
Okay, well, the WNBA came 6 years after I started playing in Europe.
Okay.
So I'm playing in Europe, and the buzz is about the WNBA, and everybody comes to my city to play. And Americans, we talk about the WNBA, and we talk about playing one day at home in front of our family, in front of our friends. Um, the WNBA was always in the air, and we never thought, never realized that it was going to become we knew it was going to become a reality one day, but we were hoping that it became a reality to give us an opportunity to play 3, 4, 5 years in the WNBA, because we were already 6 years into our European career.
Sure.
So, WNBA, wow, to be able to play at home and go home and play in front of family and friends, and just to be able to play in the United States as a professional basketball player. I was recruited, and Charlotte chose me to be one of their players for their organization. So I was one of the first two players to be chosen for the Charlotte Steam.
Wow. Wow. The first. So the transition from the Euro to
Uh-huh.
the WNBA, culture difference. You got America and you got the European, just international, right?
Uh-huh.
When you went international, what was the culture like for you to be able to adjust to that? Because you were there for 6 years, and that's a long time being international.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like as far as playing basketball internationally?
It was a challenge. It was eat, sleep, play basketball.
Mm,
Basically, is what I did in Europe. I loved it because I love playing the game. Also had younger players there that I mentored, younger players that wanted to learn from the American player that's playing on their European team.
yeah.
It was awesome. The city embraced us. The fans came out. We played on Sundays when everything was closed down, everything was shut down. So the fans came and they supported, and they supported us as a team. And me, oh, Andrea, you're so great on the court, and you're so good, and you're so, and it was great. It was awesome. I couldn't speak the language,
Yeah.
only a little bit, a few words. I was the first year I was in France. I only was able to speak a few words, but they still embraced me as a player and part of the family.
Being in that culture, I mean, there's a difference in, wanting to or having the time to learn the culture, right? And I guess in your case,
Hmm.
you kind of,
Right.
basketball is love and love is basketball, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think because you actually had to stay focused on your craft and stay focused on your skills and training, it was kind of like you didn't have a chance to really experience the outside of, being in that country. Um, how did that make you feel when you came back to the U.S.? Did that make you feel like, man, I missed out on a lot, or was it just purely just your focus was just basketball during that time?
Well, my focus was basketball.
Yeah,
I loved being there to play the game, but
yeah,
I loved being at home.
yeah,
Home was home, and being in the United States was the just me. Being a
yeah.
part of me, and being from the USA.
Sure,
I wanted to be at home,
I see.
but I enjoyed playing there. I have no regrets about playing in Europe. It was a great experience for me, and to be able to say that I was able to eat, sleep, and play basketball and get paid to do it was amazing for me. It was a great feeling for me.
That's cool. You go because if I was only just eat, sleep, playing basketball, I will have a lot of millions in my pocket coming back home.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
I knew exactly what I need to do as far as 6 years. Because if that's
Hmm.
all I had to do, I knew that exactly saving up to be able to make myself prosperous when I come back home to my
Right.
hometown. That is man. Congratulations on that, man. Ooh,
Thank you.
way, congratulations. I'm like, wow, that is awesome. So you came back, they recruited you on the Charlotte. Was it Stings? You said. I'm sorry. What was it?
Yes, Charlotte Sting.
Charlotte Sting. Yeah. So when you came,
Yes.
got that jersey, put the jersey on, Charlotte
Oh
Sting.
man,
It's game time.
it's game time.
So how was it? Because over here, of course, we got lights, camera, action. Right? It's like, hey, you got people, reporters, you got people coming to ask you questions, and being Charlotte Sting at the very first year, How was that? But knowing that you played in the European League, right? How was that
Mm-hmm.
to be able to
Right.
adjust playing that first year as a Charlotte Sting?
Oh man, listen. It's nothing like playing at home. It's
Mm,
nothing like being at home in the United States in front of your people, in front of, fans all over the United States, and to know that they appreciate you being a professional player. They appreciate you being a lover of the game. And the fans were great. I mean, they
yeah,
supported us. It was a feeling of, oh my, wow, if we finally made it. We
yeah.
finally made it to be called a professional player in the United States.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I love that. I love it. So many questions. I'm like a little kid, I'm like a little kid. And I love it because I love basketball, but I also love your experience, but I also love your journey as well. And that's what the reason why I'm asking these questions, because I want people to know you, because you as a person, you have a gift of basketball, but you also have a gift of other talents as well too when it comes to communication. We talk about being in the WNBA. You've been in the WNBA for a while now, and
Mm-hmm.
being in the WNBA, you tend to meet some big time people.
Right.
And doing
Mm-hmm.
that stint, I will have to say, no pun intended, but being in that stint as you
Mm-hmm.
are going through that, what were some of the big name people that you met that really inspired you even more to keep going?
Well, I can tell you this. I played beside Dawn Staley, and
Mm,
once she joined my team, the Charlotte Sting, it was a great honor to play beside her. She just encouraged me and enhanced my game, and made the team better. Dawn, I met NBA players. I was able to meet Kobe. You're able to meet. I was able to meet Shaq and a
yeah,
lot of different NBA players that encouraged me, that gave me confidence to play and to raise my game to another level. I don't even know how to explain to you
sure.
the I was a fan.
Yes.
Even though I was a player, I was a
Yeah.
fan too. So, to meet those players and to be able to talk to those players and have contact with them was the greatest thing for me as a player who comes from a small town. And you just never know who you meet or who you run into, and it just made my world so much better.
That's cool, man. Hey, I love it, man, because your feeling behind it of knowing when you said Kobe and Shaq, I got
Yes.
skills, man. I got skills, man. When that came out for Shaq, I
Hmm.
love watching Shaq. I'm a Magic Johnson fan, right? I'm a
Right.
big
Uh-huh.
time Magic Johnson fan because I just
Hmm.
love the style of the Lakers, and knowing that when I saw Kobe, playing, but out Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem
Hmm.
Abdul-Jabbar,
Yeah.
Cooper, all of those guys during that time was kind of that era that I see where you're coming from as far as your era of coming up and being a baller, and just going out there and doing your thing, and people are just looking at you as a star, and then you're coming up and then you're starting to see these stars as well
Hmm.
too, and being able to meet them is surreal,
Right.
man. It's so
Hmm.
surreal. Did you get if you had a team, let's just say a co-ed team, right? Co-ed basketball team. Be able to, all stars. If there was a team and you pick, I give you five. I give you five. It's 5 on 5, right? And let's say you had a team that you actually want to put together, mix if it's women and men. Who would it be that you would want to actually pick to be on your team?
Oh wow. Well, first of all, my point guard would be Dawn Staley.
Okay. Okay.
My other guard beside me would be, um, I'd have to put Cheryl Swoops, and
Oh,
then I would have
Swoops.
to
Yeah.
put Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
definitely. And then I would take Michael,
Okay.
and with myself, and then I probably have Shaq in the middle.
Yeah, you gotta put Shaq
That
in
would
there.
be my team.
Yeah.
Mike and Shaq.
Feed to Shaq. Feed it.
Me, Kobe, me, Cheryl Swoops, and Dawn Staley. That would be my team.
Let's
That
go.
would definitely be my team.
All star, baby. All star right there. All star. You got Shaq in there too. I mean, you don't need nobody down low. You just give it to Shaq. Y'all can walk to the other side of the
Yeah,
court. You know?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, he is the man, man. He is the
Yeah.
man. I love it, everybody. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. Oh, we also have Patty Escobar checking in. Hello, Patty Escobar. She says women in sports, women's sports in the USA are still not as widely recognized as men's sports. Is this the same overseas?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes. It's definitely the same overseas. The men are considered, the top tier. You know how that is. But you know what? I've grown to understand that. I play for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And whether I'm a woman, yes, but I play for the love of the game, and whatever I get, I get. Whatever I don't get, I don't get. I don't worry about that. Those things are political things. I play for the love of the game, and that's what I did my whole career, and I would do it all over again.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm super happy and super excited. Hope that answered your question, Patty Escobar. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
And and that's a very good question. She asked that because you would think maybe it might be different, and highly
Yeah.
recognized in
Uh,
overseas, right? Internationally.
Right.
And it would make sense, in some cases because of the dominance of just being in that category in general, right? Being in that
Right.
category and how they support men versus women in sports, right, overseas. So, and knowing that the people from the U.S. comes over internationally to play is a totally different style, right? We
Right.
got, it's just USA. We just got the style, man.
We
America,
got
we just got the style of
That's
playing
what
good
we are.
basketball.
We do. We do. We
Yeah,
have the style.
yeah. Hey, did you ever
Yeah.
dunk?
No, I
No,
never dunked. I never got a
no.
chance. No, hey, I figure I do other things. I was a fast break girl. I love that
Yeah.
one on two or one on three, trying to
Let's
get a
go.
foul, trying to get a basket. So
Yeah, let's
yeah,
go.
I wasn't trying to play above the rim. Nah,
I hear you. I
I'm
hear you.
good.
Yeah, I tried to do that too and never wanted to do that again. I tried to I told myself don't do it again unless the rim is lower,
Yeah.
right? I love the fast break. The fast break was me too. I was a 3-point shooter. Do you shoot threes as well? Were you a three
Yeah,
pointer?
I shot threes, but hey, there's nothing like getting to that basket and getting
Yeah.
an and one.
Yeah.
That was my favorite, and getting to the basket to get an and one.
That's
Now
right.
I'll
And
stop up
one.
and shoot up, stop up, pull up, and sometimes they kick it out for a three. WNBA style. You kick it
Yeah.
out for a three. Okay, I'll let it go. But
Yeah.
hey, I was at fast break and get to the basket and draw the foul and all that type of stuff.
Man, before we take a quick break, real quick break, I wanted to ask you about the basketball. As far as with the basketballs itself, because they are the different colors, of course, and I love it when they take the shots and you see it spinning. It was so cool to be able to have that, and I always call it
Hmm.
the money ball, right? The money
Right.
ball, like
Hmm.
kind of like when they're doing a 3-point and then you got the one and they got the money ball, right? Was
Hmm.
there different colors of basketballs for women when it came to you guys playing?
Well, only when the WNBA started. No,
Okay,
before that, no. The ball was the same, just smaller. It became a smaller ball. We had a smaller ball, but same color. But hey, like I said, a ball is a ball. It'll go
yeah, for
in.
sure.
You can put it in the hoop. You can put it in the hoop.
I love that.
It
Yes,
doesn't matter
ma'am.
what color, what size. If you put a ball in my hand, I'm gonna get it in the bag. I'm gonna
Let's
put it in the
go.
hoop.
Let's
Yes,
and
sis.
one. Let's go
That's
and
right.
one.
And
That's right.
one.
And
Yep.
one.
That's
Everybody, hey,
it.
you know what? Andrea, I ain't gonna put you on mute on this one, right? But I gotta tell them because they're gonna bring it to my screen. But I want you to see this next one, okay? Everybody, it's Halloween, right? It's Halloween and it's all about candy, right? It's all about candy. I'm glad. I'm hoping you love the little baby that's on the side because this baby loves candy. That's why his teeth rotten, right? And it's really chipped. Candy. Everybody. You got Snickers, you got Mounds, you got Baby Ruth, you got Whoppers, you got all different types of stuff. Don't look at the one of Baby Ruth that's been eaten out of. I'm sorry, that was me. And then you have you have a little bit of the gummies. Let me know in the comments, or just talk to the screen. Let me know which one is your favorite when it comes to Halloween. All right, let's put me and my girl back on the screen. Let's see, because I want to know what her favorite candy is.
The candy corn, yeah.
Ooh,
Hey, you gotta have the candy corn during Halloween. You cannot go without the candy corn.
You can't.
And this is my thing. They only sell Brock's candy corn during Halloween. I buy 3-4 bags. I freeze them, and I have it all year long. Wow.
Come on,
Corn.
man. And you freeze them too.
Yes, you gotta freeze them. Yes.
Brock's is the best.
Corn.
Brock's is the best.
Brock's is the best. Yeah,
Brock's is the best because that's what my mom used to give me. And to be honest, because when I have candy corn, I can't stop eating them. They're so good. But Brock's is the best because other people try to come up. Have you had any other brands of candy corn and it just didn't taste the same?
Yeah, it didn't taste the same. Nah. That's why I buy 3, 4, 5, 6 packs and freeze them because there's no other candy corn.
Yeah.
There's no other candy corn.
Yeah.
Only Brock's.
You know what? I'm loving it. And you know what also I'm loving is people asking questions. Mr. Quipster, sorry if I've said it wrong, HD, he says, during your time in the WNBA, are there any observable differences in officiating with today's game? So is there a difference between the time as far as officiating back then to where it's at now?
Well, I think back then they allowed us to play a little bit more than what they do now. Just because people being touched and pushed around, nowadays they call a lot more touch fouls. Back then, hey, you thought it was an and one, but your hand is a part of the ball. Back then, your hand was a part of the ball. You get hit on the hand, you still go ahead and lay that thing up. I mean, that's just the way it was. Yeah. And so, the officiating back then, when I played back then, they allowed a little bit more contact than they do now. Yeah.
I think when I think about that as well, too, you think about it kind of like the NBA. NBA as well, too, but NFL, right? Some of the sports has actually changed where there's certain things that you can do and there's certain things you cannot do. They're, because, back in the day, you get hit, you get back up and then, hey, if they give you a foul, but sometimes it can be really harsh from back in the day to where it's now. Right. Now you got guys flopping on purpose now. So I'm like, listen, man, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? Hey, take the contact and hey, get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. If you can't take the contact, get in the weight room.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. If you're getting boxed out, you're getting boxed out. Forget about it. Forget
about it and go back and try again the next time.
Andrea, you the bomb. CB.
Try again next time.
CB is checking in. He said, hey, cousin, we're late to the party, but we're here. Carolyn and Pepper.
Yes. Bam. Straight up fam, yes.
What's up, family? Thank you so much for tuning in. You already know, hey, we just got through talking about, hey, Carolyn and Pepper, we just got through talking about candy corn. So if you got candy corn, eat a few while we're talking. Eat a few while we're talking. Oh, she said no. Oh, they came back and said candy corn, no. Give up those snack size Reese's and Snicker bars. Okay, I see you. I'm with you. Hey, if you like Snickers, that's cool. Reese's, man, I haven't been a big Reese's person. I just, it just wasn't me. If I had peanut butter, it had to be peanut butter and jelly. If I had to have peanut butter, I couldn't do the Reese's. But thank you guys so much, man. And Mr. Keepster said, after 15 pieces, I'm done. Then I'm at it again 15 minutes later.
Oh
Yeah, you
man.
sound like me. You sound like me. 15
Yeah.
minutes, let me take a few
Yeah.
minutes break
Because
and
you
let's
can't
get
eat
back
just
at this
one. You
candy
can't eat
corn.
just one.
Everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. We are almost done and I don't want to let her go, but we're here with none other than my girl, Andrea Stinson. Andrea, I got one more, I got another question for you. And this is kind of goes back to what Beatrice was asking about at the very beginning.
Hmm.
And oh yeah, I got two more questions. I got to ask you a second question because the second one is definitely going to take it to another level in regards to where we're at with the WNBA this present time. Let's talk about you're training a youth, and that's following your footsteps. You're a coach, right? You're a coach now.
Right.
And
Hmm.
being able to transition, it's like having that communication background. Then you start getting into broadcasting and media and all that great stuff. So now you're
Uh-huh.
actually coaching. When did the coaching come into play for you?
Well, the coaching came into play. I started when I retired. I started on the middle school level
Okay.
and worked my way up high school. And I ended up at Bluefield University with Coach Richard Morgan. I went up there for 3 years. I was there. I finished my degree while I was there, and I was coaching, assistant coach for the girls and the boys. And
Okay.
it's about communicating. You know, you got to communicate with the generation today
Yeah.
because they some things they don't know, some things they know. You got to be
Right.
able to explain it to them of what you want them to do and how you want them to do it. So that's where the coaching came in, and that's why the communication comes in.
Nice. When it comes to the coaching piece for between the girls and the boys, because there's a difference there when it comes to attention span, or it can be the
Yeah.
same in regards to attention span. Depends on who's thirsty,
No, it's
who's
a
hungry,
difference.
and who's not. Right.
Yeah.
So with being able to coach the two, which seems to be either the difficult part, and if it was difficult, how did you overcome it?
Well, the difficult part was is that the guys kind of hear you, but they don't listen.
Yeah.
The girls listen and try to do exactly what you ask them to do, but just sometimes are not as skilled enough to do it. And it's not something that's bad because
Yeah.
some have been coached different ways,
Yeah.
and it just depends on how you've been coached and how you were brought up as a player. Some were brought up to listen and do exactly what it's saying. Some of them weren't, and some of them don't have the skill to do what you want them to do. So you
Yeah.
have to adjust. You have to be able to adjust what you're telling them, what you're asking them to do, and what they can do.
You know, back in the day when you were in class, the teachers were able to whoop you or they were able to hit you with a ruler.
That's right.
Nowadays, you get hit with a
Mhm.
ruler and they calling DCFS on you.
That's right.
They're calling the
They
organization
call
and
it.
saying she
That's
hit
right.
me and
That's
I
right.
can't be touched. I know
Hmm.
there's a difference in regards to discipline. And of course, for kids to really understand where you're coming from as a coach and being able to be respected. When it
Right.
came to you being able to discipline them, because the way you were disciplined when it comes to you training, are you trying to use some of the same tactics with teaching the kids the way you were trained from back in the day?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. And that's the thing about, this generation. They sometimes they don't understand how hard we worked back in the day. And they want to have what we have, but they have to be able to discipline themselves to work as hard as we did when we worked back in the day.
Yeah. I like that. And I like what Mr. Keepster just said as well too, footage, right? Because you also have footage in games that you've actually played and, crossing over, maybe breaking ankles and stuff like that and, calling the ambulance afterwards, 911. You know, did you also show did you also show footage of you training back in the day to the kids nowadays?
Yes, I show footage and I actually get out there and show them myself,
Nice.
as to how to get down in the stands and how to slide and get over and play defense on people. Because
Yeah.
kids today, they're visual learners.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell them certain things, but they're visual. So
Right.
I make sure I try to keep myself in good enough shape to be able to get out there and demonstrate for them. And
Nice.
that helps a lot of kids because now they see what you're talking about and they're able to do it because they see you doing it. So it helps when I'm training younger kids, it helps to get out there and be able to do the drills with them and show them exactly what you want and what it helps. And explaining to them, okay, if I have to hold their arm and walk them through what I need them to walk through,
Yeah.
and then they get it, then that's what I do. You know,
Nice.
I'm that type of trainer that get out there and get down and do the drills with them.
Hey, hey, you young. That's what happens. You
That's right.
young. You
I'm
know,
young.
we do talk about exercise. The kids give us
That's right.
exercise, right? It keeps us going. It keeps us moving. But
That's right.
that's the love of the game that you have. And
Mm-hmm.
that keeps you young, right? And that's what I
Yep.
really love about you as well. Last question, last big topic. I hope you're ready for this, audience, because I know that this is a question that I know you want to know as well, too. WNBA nowadays is getting more recognition. Not saying it never got that recognition over the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's getting more recognition and more attention now. Ever since we had two of the youngest players play, Caitlin Clark and Jerice.
Yes.
What do you think about as soon as you start hearing more about them playing and how they were battling each other and going against each other and now going into the WNBA? What did you feel in regards to that whole process, and what do you think that does for the WNBA as of today?
Well, I was excited. I mean, you know, to have two players as highly rated as those two players coming into the WNBA at the same time, two different teams, two different states. I was excited because as a player that started the league, one of the players that started the league, I envision starting it and them carrying it through and just making a pathway for them to be able to grow and come into the WNBA and just make it shoot it, just make it evolve so much, and they
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
and I'm excited about it. I'm happy about it.
yeah.
I mean, when we started this league, who knew how far we could go?
Right.
Nobody knew. And
Yeah,
and for these younger players, these players today to take it to the level that they're taking it, and the competition and the hype around it, and men and young boys and everybody's getting into the WNBA. They
yeah.
buy the young ladies shoes, they wear the shoes, they purchase the jerseys, everything. I'm loving it. I am excited about it. I'm looking forward to it be evolved even more.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's and when I saw that, and all of a sudden, you know, back in the day, we had flyers. Not trying to show my age again, right? I mean, we had flyers, and you had posters and things like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah.
social media now,
Yes.
and social media is taking it to a different level.
Mm-hmm.
But that social media and viewers and being able to have articles written about you saying that, hey, who would you want to actually show up at your game? I don't know if it was like that as far as with you as well too, but knowing that I want Shaq to be at my game, right?
Uh-huh.
And being able to
Right.
have Shaq at a WNBA game is just a statement. And then when you have the two biggest players playing against each other, everybody, it's like Mike Tyson is coming back again, and everybody's coming to
Yes.
come and watch this because
Yes.
they want to see
Mm-hmm.
something great. And I think
Right.
this is a great thing for the WNBA. I think the next thing
Yes.
that needs to be great, and I'm sure, hopefully, you agree upon this as well too, is how much they get paid. When I found out how much they actually get paid, I'm like, man, that's wow. That
Yeah.
wow. We need to put
Like,
more into the WNBA. What do you think about
right.
that?
Well, I think that, the WNBA needs more teams. to get to allow more players to play, because there are some young ladies who deserve to be in the WNBA
Yeah.
but are not in the WNBA because there's not enough teams or not enough positions because of veteran players. And
Yeah.
you can't have a league without having veteran players. You
Yeah.
have the veteran players, and then you have the rookies coming in, and you know there's just not enough spots on the team. So if we are able to build the WNBA as far as having more teams, that would be great, because there'll be more players, and then
Yep.
there'll be more younger girls to get into playing the game
Yep.
of basketball and continuing to play after they finish college.
Yeah. Last thing I need to say, that's hitting, nowadays, we need to bring some class because the ladies that's dressing out there has that class. And Angel
Yep.
Reese, hey, social media, all I got to say is put some clothes on. Don't be going out there like that because you're representing the
That's right.
WNBA. Put some clothes
Yeah.
on, man,
Yeah.
and be
That's true.
respectful out there because you are looked at from other youth as well, too, that wants to get in that WNBA. So when you're going out there,
That's right.
put some clothes on, man. That's all I got to say. Just put your clothes on. That's all I got to say.
She
Andrea
will.
Stinson,
She will.
man, I had a great time with you today.
I
Great time. I
thank
got
you so
something for
much.
you, love. I got something for you. Because gems of the world, they come through the show, like yourself. And when they
Uh-huh.
come through the show, I give them this. I give them
Wow.
this. I give
Oh
them this.
man,
Let
thank
me see if I
you.
get it over. I got to bring it over here. There it is, right there. Yes,
There it
I
is.
give them this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I got some shoes to go with that.
You know,
Guarantee I got some sneakers to go with that.
let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Oh,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go. Let's
And when I
go.
wear it and with my sneakers, I'll take a picture and I'm definitely gonna send it to you and post it. Yes.
Hey,
Thank you,
you
sir.
know what? Because, you got videos of the past. I want you to put a video together for me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Rico No
Oh,
Suave, I got you right here
I
with the hoops.
I got
Let's
you.
go.
You got
Let's
it.
go. Man,
You got it.
because I'm so excited. I forgot what I'm about to say, but I'm about to say it because I remember now. You know
Okay.
what? The reason why I give this shirt out is because of gyms like you. The reason why I love that you're here on the show with me today is because being a former WNBA player is always a WNBA player. The one thing that I love about you, Andrea, is the support that you have put for yourself from getting from softball. I know that was your first, that was one of your sports that you love to play. Then you went to basketball, into communication, staying intellect, even though you had so much control to be able to stay within those books, to be able to say, hey, I know my time is coming. Then you moved on to Europe. You went to the European country, international. You went international. When we went Euro, you understood as far as what you need to stay focused on, saving money, but understanding that you have a culture that you are actually involved in to be able to say, hey, I am a good player, and I'm going to prove it to you. You came back, one of the first in the Charlotte Sting. Being at the Charlotte Sting is such a jersey to be able to wear, and also to be able to know that you're starting your professional career even more and keeping it going from there. When I think about you and what I've heard from you as well too is knowing that the youth can depend on you, but also to understand where you're coming from as a basketball player, from understanding from the men's side as well as on the women's side. You
Mm-hmm.
are a mentor, you are a coach, and you are a gem of the world because we love you here. Everyone else loves you here as well too, and we'll continue to support you as well too. So I want to say welcome to the family. Welcome to the
Thank
family, love.
you. Thank you
Welcome
so
to the
much.
family.
I appreciate it.
You're
Thank you for
very
having
welcome.
me. I am I can only be me, and I love being me, and I love the youth and working with the youth, and my training, Stint 32 training is
Let's go.
is one day I'll be back on talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Stint 32 training.
That's right.
I definitely love the training part. And I just want to share my blessings with the youth. That's it.
Hey, we have to tell everybody to go to your Instagram. We do have an Instagram, social media for you that we want to put up because it is Stint 32. If you can see it there already, but this is the social media Instagram, everybody. Make sure you go to Stint32. Follow her and say, hey, I saw you on the Rico No Suave show. I think you are
Right.
awesome, and just continue to support the program. If you have youth in North Carolina or whatever, because I think you travel as well too, correct?
Right. I
Right.
travel too. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes.
traveling as well too, and that's awesome
Mm-hmm.
because you'll be able to bring that knowledge and be able to help the youth as well. Andrea, I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us today. And it's not your last; it's just the first. So this
Yes.
just the first of many. So
And I'm gonna meet you in Chicago. Get that pizza now. I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
meet
get
you in
that pizza.
Chicago.
Hey, I
Yes,
gotta
we are.
introduce you to the pizza. Yes, this pizza that
Yes.
I'm hungry now. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. Andrea, thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody, put
Thank
your hands
you.
together. Andrea Stinson.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it.
All right, love. Everybody, we got to get out of here. It's your boy Rico No Suave. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to the babies for tuning in. Thank you for the mad man with the head. And sorry, it is cut off. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for thinking for me today, the brain. Thank you guys so much. And hopefully, everybody, you enjoyed yourself here on the Rico No Suave show. There are many guests just as beautiful and good gems of the world like Andrea Stinson. If you enjoyed it, make sure you please go ahead and like it. We're going to share our social media, everybody, and it's our website. Our first one is our website, www.riconosuaveshow.com. Make sure you go ahead and check out my website there. We have a lot of content. Here's our next one. Our next one is, boom, Instagram. Rico No Suave Show, everybody. Go ahead and like and love us on and just follow. Let's go. Here's our next one. It's Facebook, Rico No Suave Show. Hey, I'm repeating myself. That's because we're on that social media as well, too. Here's our next one. Our biggest one, of course, we need subscribers. So please go ahead and show the love. If you love the show today, share it with everyone. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Blow it up, baby. All right, here's the next one. Mixcloud. If you're a podcaster and you like just the audio, Andrea Stinson. Yeah, we'll have it on tomorrow. Yeah, so make sure you please go ahead and follow us there at mixcloud.com. Rico No Suave Show. And to our new partner, our next one is Red Coral Universe. Check out our past interviews as well, too, on redcoraluniverse.com/Rico No Suave Show. And we go from there. Everybody, we got to get out of here. Happy Halloween to each and every one. And please eat the candy, especially candy corn. If you don't like candy corn, eat those Snickers and Butterfingers and everything else. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you guys as we end off the show just like this.